Right, boys, here we are. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to an experiment. Yes, an experiment on the channel. If you're not keen on experiments, I like the occasional one. I thought this was a good one to do. So, I have got the Mad Scientists 2006 2007 database. An incredible bit of work from Mad Scientist. Links for the Mad Scientist down below. You can play and get this database. I think he's charging like $1. If you send him like $1 on PayPal, I'm pretty sure you get it. I guarantee it is the best value for money for $1 you will ever spend on anything remotely involved in gaming. The amount of hours you can get out of this is untrue. I've started my PSG save, which started yesterday. Today, we're just going to have a little look around to start with. The leagues that are in play. I'm going to show you all the leagues that are in play. Go through a few teams. And then what we're going to do is we're going to speed forward 13 years. So even though the game says 2019, we can't change the date on the game. I suppose in real life terms, it's the 24th of June, 2006. So what we're going to do then is speed on 13 years and see what happens over that 13 years to the point of the start of the 2019-2020 season, I suppose you can call it now. We will have a little look at what teams did well in real life compared to what teams did well in FM. We'll go through a few records. We'll look at which players were leading goal scorers, things like that. And if you are new around here, make sure you drop a subscribe. There is so much going on. PSG series just started using this database. We've got ongoing York City saves. We've got a Deportivo save coming very soon. Also a Fenerbahce save. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like today's video. Let's get into it. Let's have a little look round. So the leagues that are in play, the leagues that he has done are as follows. The top two divisions in England, Liga in France, Bundesliga in Germany, Serie A, Serie B in Italy, Premier League in Scotland, or shall we say the Premiership, and the La Liga in Spain. Let's dive across to England. Now, I believe the 2006-07 champions were Man United. But I think we pretty much had a couple of years of a bit of Chelsea. I'm pretty sure that was the whole Mourinho effect. I think he's there. Look, obviously most of the face packs out in it. So let's have a little look at Chelsea. I think they've got they've got the big boys. So we're looking at Didier Drogba. Man United are interested. That'll be interesting. Look at the physicals on him. Legends like Petr Cech not even in his prime, 24, a 25-year-old John Terry. And Wayne Bridge, Essien, Diarra, Wright Phillips, Frank Lampard, 16 first touch, 15, look at the mentals, 20 natural fitness, Shevchenko. They do have a few youth team players. Oh, there's a lot. Jack Cork, 16 years old. Ryan Bertrand, 16 years old. Michael Woods, who came from Leeds United, born in York. Ben Sahar. Bloody hell. Obviously, Man United, they have in their ranks Wayne Rooney. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 33. Physicals out there. Let's have a look at Ronaldo, 21. How many seasons he's spent. So he's just starting to hit top gear with Man United. Incredible physicals. All the attributes also as well, all the attributes are based off the actual 2006 FM database as well. So it's not as if the Mad Scientist has just put these numbers together. Gabriel Heinzer is very, very good. Let's drop down a league. I don't want to go through sort of like every single team. I said get yourself paying. It's like $1. I know times are hard at the moment, but I'm sure most people can afford $1. Let's have a look at Leeds. So they've had 2 seasons now in the Championship. Did they maybe even get relegated with this team? Oh dear, look at the players. Fraser Richardson, Hayden Fox, Sean Gregan, Sean Derry, Kevin Nichols. God, they had just a team of kickers. Gregan, look at this. Derry, aggression, bravery. Basically, he kicked the shit out of you. I'm sure Derry did the same. Yeah, not even as much. Nichols, the same. Aggression, work rate. Jeff Horsfield up front. Richard Creswell. David Ely. So that's the Championship. Southampton down there, look. Gareth Bale, 16. See, these are the players that I'd like to try and get hold of in the PSG save. Get some absolute crackers in. Big clubs, Arsenal and Tottenham, both chasing him, which is understandable. Look at his physicals. A couple of his physicals and his technicals already at 16. Just haven't got the money at PSG. Bradley Wright Phillips, Kenwyn Jones, John Parkin, Sir John. There he is. Hull City, we get him in the game. 24. Strength 20. Get in. 14 stone 6. Never. He has never been 14 stone 6, probably since he was about 13, 14 years old. Right, let's dive. Let's go across to Italy. Now, the best thing about Italy is if you want an easy save, there is a notable team missing. And that team is Juventus. Following the old, I think it was like match-fixing scandal, they actually got relegated. So you find them in Serie B with Didier Deschamps in charge and ready for this squad. So the squad has Buffon in his prime, 28 years old. Oh, Igor Tudor. Used to love a bit of Igor Tudor on Champman 97, 98. Chiellini, 21 years old. Marchisio, Camoranesi, was a big fan of him on that right hand side. Ended up turning, I think he turned into a bit of a right back. Pavel Nedved, 33, still worth a lot of money. Jesus Christ. Del Piero, David Trezeguet. I think if you can't get Juventus out of Serie B, you've done something very wrong indeed. Now, in Italy, they had... Where's Milan? Milan won the Champions League. I think they beat Liverpool, did they? I think they're sure they beat Liverpool like 2-1. So they must have a pretty decent squad. Oh, Costa Curta becoming 40 years old. Costa Curta still in the game. Teddy Sheringham still in the game as well at like 40. Kaká coming into his peak. He did sort of like die off, didn't he? Especially when he left Milan. Kaká, Seedorf, Gilardino. Yes. Gattuso. Nice combination with Pirlo. So you could maybe understand Maldini. 37. Maybe understand why they won the league. Won the Champions League. Oh, Inzaghi, I didn't even see him. Inzaghi, one of my favourite players growing up in the 90s. Oh, he'll be quite old, is he? 32. Cafu. 36. Probably the last time they ended up winning the Champions League as well. So there's Italy. Let's go across to Spain. Pretty sure Real Madrid have not only Ruud van Nistelrooy, Antonio Cassano, but they also have David Beckham. Look at David Beckham. Very unlikely you're going to get him in a save up until the point he probably gets released in his contract. He's only got a year left on his deal. So there you go. Pick up a 32-year-old David Beckham. Sergio Ramos, 20 years old. He's maybe just joined, or he's had a season. So coming from Sevilla. Fabio Cannavaro's just lifted the World Cup with Italy. And they've signed him 8.25 million. Absolute, would you say, a bargain? You get 3 years out of him, I suppose. Roberto Carlos. Oh, there could be some right freebies. You might find some really good freebies coming up as well. Ronaldo. 29, 35 million, who wants him? Man United, they're maybe looking to replace Van Nistelrooy, are they? Yeah, Van Nistelrooy's just gone. Roberto Salado is there, never even knew he started at Real Madrid. Let's go to Barca. So you got players like Ronaldinho, Messi, Iniesta. You'll have to pause these if you're really wanting to have a look. There's so much to go through, it was unreal. I'm curious, the video's already got in sort of like 10 minutes or so, I think. So I don't want to go on too long. I just want to have a little look at Rangers in particular. If you want to look at the French league, and by all means have a look at my series. I did a sort of like a recap there. Charlie Adam. Well, they're not as strong as what I thought. Dado Perso. Who've Celtic got in their ranks? Boruc. Finn Bogerson. Hesselink. Yes. That must be a very young Aidan McGean. He's only 20. Shinsuke Nakamura, now in WWE. Ooh, look at his technicals. Thomas Gravison. Neil Lennon. I thought the squads... I'm thinking maybe late 90s when Celtic and Rangers had them really good squads. I probably am way ahead of myself there. Actually, let's have a little look at Deportivo very quickly, because obviously I'm taking them over in my new series soon. They've still got my main man look. Valoron. What a guy. And let's very quickly have a little look. Atletico de Club Madrid. Manish. See at Celtic. Maxi Rodriguez. Player Martin Petrov. Sergio Aguero. 18 years old, already rated 20 million. Fernando Torres. Not much in there apart from the front two. Right. What we're going to do is, guys, we're now going to speed on 13 seasons. So it'll say 20 something of June 2032, but in real life terms it'll be 2019, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back, we'll have a look, see who's won the leagues, and then I've got a geeky little spreadsheet to recap it all off. Okay, guys, catch you in 13 years' time. Right, here we go. We're diving straight to Man United. Now, 13 years, so you imagine a lot of these players, San Marino International, a lot of these players are going to be regens. Ooh, there's a few. So they got Ron Zeeler. Was he actually at Man United? He was at Man United. The guy who was at Leicester a little bit. He was a Man United youth team to start with. They've got a few. Daniel Agger. Casemiro. Aaron Lennon. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. Very good. Very good mentals. Isco. Wow. He must be very young in the game. They've got Sergio Aguero. They've paid 107 million for him from Valencia. They've also got Lionel Messi. 31 years old now. He's alright, isn't he? He's alright. What did they pay for him? 63 mil? Decent business. They got him pretty early on, actually. They got him in sort of like the start of the end of the first season. So they got him when he was young. They got him when he was very young and paid a lot of money for him. Right, let's dive into the Premier League. So the season has just finished. Manchester City have actually got Kevin De Bruyne in their team, who started the game at Genk. He might be one to pick up in your saves, boys. Ooh, yes, please. Coventry have done quite well to get up high. You would think they've done pretty well. Title winners doesn't look too, apart from Liverpool. So we've gone Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. So Chelsea have done very well, getting the title back. They've got Eden Hazard in their team. I've already seen it. So they've still got Petr Cech. They've got Duru, what's he called? Gundogan, Dani Alves, Vincent Kompany, Chiellini, De Guzman, Sergio Ramos, Sergio Roberto. They've bought very well. Koke, Gabriel Obertan. Where was he starting in the game? Started at Bordeaux. Eden Hazard. So he's obviously starting at Lille in the game. He'll be very, very young. Liverpool, 8 million. Manchester City, 78. And then Chelsea, 78. Okay. Giuseppe Rossi. Adriano. He's a wonder kid, Brazilian. Carlos Vela. They've done very well. Who is there? Still, Jose Mourinho. Would you believe it? Career stats, obviously, from when the game's been in. 74% win percentage. Who would have thought he would be still there? Leeds United have just been beating the playoffs. They did get themselves up and down. They've been up twice by the looks of it. Bradford. No real big surprises. I've found a lot of FM20 experiments. There's not been that many big surprises. Right, let's go across to Italy. Let's just see if Juventus. Do you think Juventus have managed to win a title? No. So we've gone from Inter, Roma, Milan, Inter, Milan, Roma, Inter, Roma. So spread because obviously Roma are very strong. Anyone? I think that's like the Anderson. I think that's like the Man United Anderson, maybe. Could be. Bonaventura. Okay, not many. So Juventus have not managed to win a title. Let's see if they've got Tyus. Oh, they've got Jeremy Clement, the guy that I've got from the guy that I've got in my Paris Saint-Germain save. Chabel C. Oh, that's a regen. Blaise Matuidi. It's weird how the players actually end up at the clubs, isn't it? Because he starts at Troyes. He goes to Inter for a fair bit of money. Falcao. Okay, let's go across to Scotland. Ooh, small squad. And a Chebe. Oh, it's a regen. It's not the Adam Johnson. Not Nancy Johnson. Jake Livermore. Ooh, I don't think they would have been that successful, that team, surely. Oh, we've had a few. Hibs and Hearts. Brilliant. So Rangers won it the first season, then Celtic, then Rangers for a couple, then Celtic for then a Rangers, then a Hibs, then a Hearts. Not the strongest. Don't think it's the strongest of leagues, I'm going to be honest. Let's go across the Bundesliga very quickly. We didn't really take a look at it. Bayern. Oh, Werder Bremen. They've not won one for a fair few years. A team that are struggling in real life. So if you're wanting a new challenge in the game, Werder Bremen is definitely one for you. Per Mertesacker, get in. 34. No Dortmund titles though. And then La Liga looks like this. Real Madrid champions, 102 points. Anyone else won it? No. Barca, Real, Barca, Real, Barca, Real, Barca, Real. Probably just nicked it. Maybe 7-6 there by the looks of it. 102 points. Stuart Pearce. Sir Stuart in charge. He's been in charge for the last 2 years. He was at Manchester City for 16 years up until that point. They've got Vidal, Luis Suarez that they picked up. Where's he starting in the game? At Groningen. Oh, we need to get him bought, don't we? We need to get him bought. Ends up at Liverpool, Fiorentina, City. And then last but not least, Liga. Stade Rennes, champions. Stade Rennes, Marseille, Lyon, Marseille, Lyon. Stade Rennes, Marseille, Lyon. No. Paris Saint-Germain, my teams. Let's have a look, see how they've actually done. Where's the highest they've finished? So where do we start? 5th in the first season, 13th, 11th, 8th, 14th, 10th, 15th, 12th, 16th, 7th. That is shite. That is shite, isn't it? Senior squad, who've they got? Recognised his name. Not great, is it? Tony Kane, get in. Kabul. Oh, dear. Him I recognise. Bit of an FM legend from sort of like 97, 98, I think. Yeah, that's a poor squad. We're going to get some young players, some really exciting young players into our PSG set. Right. Last little look. Champions League. Liverpool the holders. Oh, it's all dominated by England. So we've gone Real Madrid, United, Real Madrid, Barca, Real Madrid, Man United, Chelsea 3 times in a row, then Man United twice in a row, and then Liverpool 3 times in a row. We didn't really have a look at them. We've got Pellegrini in charge. They've got Freddie Adu, 30 years old. He's been around a bit. He's moved to Marseille, then Chelsea, then Barca, then Arsenal, then Bayern Munich, then Liverpool. He's done all right, especially last season. Look, 35 league appearances, 16 goals, 20 assists. Giles Barnes. Gavin Gunning, remember him. Craig Cathcart, Kieran Lee, yes, Sheffield Wednesday. Acuna, remember him. Turkish guy I'm not familiar with, but he's not got the attributes. World Cup, cheeky World Cup. Brazil the holders. England won it, and England are managed by John fucking Carver. Dear oh dear. He's the Newcastle assistant manager idiot, isn't he? Who've they got in the squad? So, if we were going to the Euros, we would be looking at pretty much this. Wayne Rooney's playing centre-half. He's valued at none. Interesting. Wayne Rooney is a cultured centre-back. He can play pretty much anywhere, look. That's probably the highlight of the experiment. Wayne Rooney at centre-half. Right. So the squad. Scott Carson, Nick Jordan, Wayne Lockwood. Ollie Giddins is a youngster. Micah Richards. Wayne Rooney, Jack Hobbs. Leighton Baines, Kieran Lee. Aaron Lennon. Giles Barnes. Nick Carter's that very good young player at Man United. Nick Greaves. Scott Sinclair. 30 years old at Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to win. Won the World Cup. Won the World Cup with that, though. And then UEFA Championships. Italy, Holland and Spain. Right, last little bit. We're going to head back to the Premier League very quickly. We're just going to go and look at a few little sort of like individual little stats, records, that kind of thing. Award winners. Footballer of the Year. Messi. Dani Alves. Thierry Henry, who's retired. Arjen Robben. Manager of the Year. Jose. Marcelino. Now at Juventus. Fergie. He's retired. Do we look who was in charge at Man United? Oh, the guy who was in charge, was that the guy who was in charge of Holland for a bit? Yeah, then he went to England. Betis, Monaco. Fergie. Pellegrini again. And Pellegrini, to finish. Let's do leading goal scorer. Is he leading goal scorer one? Top goal scorer. These may all be Robins. Smart. Let's have a look at Robin. All right, not special. Theo, who's now at Charlton. Piszczek. Where is Piszczek? So he's like the ex-Dortmund player, isn't he? Obviously, he doesn't start at Dortmund in the game. He's at Hertha Berlin in the game, out on loan. Cavani, now at Inter. West Ham, you'll be very happy with that. Bought him for 6, sold him for 30. Porto got him on a free. I am tracking him on PSG save as well. Henry. Nilmar, Goran Pandev, one of my favourite players. What a guy. Right, so what we're going to do is now, we're just going to flick straight over to the spreadsheet just for a minute, just to go through the sort of like ins and outs of league winners, etc. See who's done well in real life compared to in the game. Let's see how accurate it has been. Right, here we are. Bit geeky. I ain't done colours and colour code and all that shit. So basically all I've done is I've gone through the league titles in real life. So 13 seasons. Interesting to see actually how certain leagues which are classed as non-competitive. Obviously Rangers and Celtic been the main one in real life. No one else had titles over the last 13 years apart from them two. Liga was quite interesting. It was very interesting until PSG came along and then won pretty much six in a row, 5 out of the last 6. Because I think Monaco won in the middle of all that. And then themselves in FM haven't been able to manage to muster up, mainly because they haven't mustered up a title, mainly because, well, the one reason, because they haven't got the Qatari money. Marseille went on to dominate pretty much 7 titles across those 13 seasons. Premier League, once again, Manchester City, without any money, 3 in real life, 0 in FM. Man United and Chelsea. Chelsea get 2 more titles and, interestingly, 2 more Champions Leagues if you'd have stuck with Jose the first time. Liverpool and Arsenal getting one. Barca and Madrid still pretty even. Obviously, Atletico, Barca not losing one, and Atletico not having one, and Real Madrid scooping them up. Juventus, because they're starting in Serie B, haven't been able to kick on, and teams such as in particular Roma have taken advantage of that and become very, very strong in Serie A. Hearts and Hibs got a token one. That's good to see because that never happens. They managed to get, but I did notice that league was really poor in terms of the standard of players that were in it. Bundesliga, Bayern have dominated, but Werder Bremen, who are pretty much on their way out of the Bundesliga, have had a better time over the last 13 years and managed to scoop 5 titles. And then Champions Leagues, Man United 4, Liverpool 2. You do tend to get this a lot. English teams are generally quite overpowered in the game. Real Madrid 3, Chelsea 3, none for Milan, Inter, Bayern Munich. Inter didn't get one because once again, Jose wasn't there. Right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Lots of stuff on the channel. Tomorrow morning, you have a new video. 5 teams to manage on Football Manager 2020. A bit of an update. People getting stuck this time of year for a save. I'm giving you 5 teams across the globe to get involved with. 5 new teams as well. There won't be the teams that have been on previous 10 teams to manage videos that I did at the start of the game getting released. So make sure you watch that. Loads of stuff over the weekend as well. York City, Fenerbahce, Man United. Very busy boy. Also, March has been the best month ever on the channel. Over 30,000 views on the channel of recording in them 26 days. So over 1,000 views per day on my little channel, which is pretty fucking good. So thank you very much for your support. Patreon down below as well if you want to get involved in that. That'd be muchly appreciated. Cheers, guys. Have a great weekend. Well, no, you won't have a great weekend because it's locked down, but get some FM in. Get that database bought. $1. Can't go wrong. Cheers, guys. See you later.